Hello, and welcome to the Inventory Podcast, the only podcast on the internet that considers the Virtual Boy a success. I don't know. We are here, though, for the week of the 10th of March, 2014, and, it's a slow-ass week. There is nothing happening this week.
Nothing at all.
Well, Titanfall, but neither of us have good enough PCs to play it on, and neither of us have an Xbox One, so that doesn't really matter.
Well, it sort of matters, just we're too useless to be able to report on it.
Well, it doesn't matter to us, so that's the important thing. So there you go. And considering the only thing that's even remotely interesting this week is Titanfall, that pretty much means that we are here to pick up the scraps of what there is, which is about two things. So this could be a 15-minute podcast. I'm just throwing that out there.
We'll call it the quick load.
This will definitely be the goddamn quick load.
That sounds dirtier than I thought it would be in my head.
Oh, it's whatever you interpret it as.
I got a dirty mind.
Right, I guess we'll start off on this, on the first story then, which is a lot of stuff concerning the new Ubisoft game Watch Dogs. There's been some new announcements. This week it was confirmed that the multiplayer would have an 8-player limit. Do you know anything about the multiplayer for Watch Dogs?
No. To be honest, although I'm really looking forward to the game, I haven't been keeping an eye out for news or anything because I don't want anything at all spoiled for me.
No, I haven't really been paying attention to it at all. I mean, today is really the first I've heard a lot about it, and to be honest, it's been really mixed, and I will get to that later. Well, I guess we can kind of get to it now, because this is part of the issue. People are complaining that for some reason they're saying that the game was delayed 6 months because of the multiplayer. That's bullshit. The game was supposed to have multiplayer in the first place, but what this multiplayer is that it's not anything like, GTA Online. It's nothing like that at all. What it is it's pretty much a drop-in, drop-out multiplayer game where you have, like, your friends list, you have random people online, you can go into their world as just a normal NPC and hack them. Pretty much not really anything has been said about it, but you'll just go into their world as an NPC, or they will come into your world as an NPC, and they'll try and hack you, or they'll just be in your world dicking about, hacking shit, and it seems really weird the way they're doing it. Is that it's not... I don't really know how to explain it other than that. That's really all that's been said about it.
Yeah, to me, I would assume they're aiming for the multiplayer to be very story-driven, as opposed to what you normally get with multiplayer now, which is just, here's everyone else who wants to play, go kill each other.
Well, the multiplayer is literally just drop in, drop out. If you're, like, just free roaming around the city in single player, like, if you're just dicking man single player, that's when they can come after you and hack in. But if you're doing a mission or anything, that's pretty much it. I mean, there's really doesn't seem to be a story to it. It's just that their take on it is that you're the hacker, and there's other hackers around, and oh my god, you're being hacked, oh, hunt them down.
Yeah, but sort of what I meant, like, not so much a storyline behind it, but to sort of engross you in the world, because I would assume that as you're walking around this world, there is supposed to be other hackers doing the same stuff that you are doing anyway. And so to have real life people come in and do that is sort of probably what I would assume they were aiming for.
Yeah, I don't know. It just seems really weird to me. I mean, it doesn't seem to be a proper multiplayer. Like, there's no gamer tags or anything. Like, they will literally just be an NPC running around. You won't know if it's a hacker unless you, like, hack their mobile phone or whatever it is, and then it'll say hacker, and then be like, oh, we'll go chase him down. Like, I don't really know how it's gonna work. Like, I don't know if you and your friends can just, join a world and just go dick about. I don't really understand how that's really gonna work, but apparently that's an 8-player limit. But the good news for people who are thinking right now, boy, that sure sounds annoying as fuck. Apparently you can turn this option off. You can turn the single player to offline, so you won't have to deal with this. I mean, I don't know if I'll do that. I might do that if it gets really tedious after a while, but we'll see.
Yeah, I don't know. Normally I don't play online anyway, so because my internet speed's so shit, there's no point in me even trying. So I don't think I'll even be able to have this on.
Yeah.
Because it'll just glitch the fuck out of my game.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people have been given this slack. Like, I've been, like, just reading some of the news stories about it today. I've heard people are like, oh, I'm canceling my pre-order because they put multiplayer in Watch Dogs. It's just like, do people really get that butthurt over multiplayer? Like, that seems a bit ridiculous. Like, if you're gonna cancel your pre-order, like, cancel it over, like, a proper reason. Like,
Yeah.
don't cancel it. Oh, they've dumped a game mode on it. It's like, well, how dare they? How dare they put gameplay into a game? That is bullshit.
How dare they make something optional?
How?
God
What a
damn.
bunch of pricks. I mean,
I
Ubisoft
don't.
are the worst company in the world for giving you options.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want to go into an option screen and flick a switch. God damn it.
That's so inconvenient. I just want to be told that I can't do it, so then I can then bitch on a forum that I don't have this option.
I know. And instead, I have to bitch about having the option and having to do something.
I mean, that to me is such a joke where people are like, I'm going to cancel my pre-order because there's optional multiplayer. It's like, fucking suck it up. But like, if you're going to cancel your pre-order, again, do it over a proper reason.
Can you imagine how many people would be canceling their subscription or their pre-order if there was absolutely no multiplayer at all? And they'd be like, "Oh no, no multiplayer. I don't want to play it now."
Exactly. I mean, one of the main complaints about Just Cause 2 is there's no multiplayer. But if there was multiplayer, right, then people would have bitched and moaned that, oh, there's no multiplayer in this game. It's like, fucking hell. People will genuinely just bitch about anything.
Yeah. Well, it's the internet age. It's
If
all we do.
if there's a reason to bitch, they'll find it. I guess more on the well, I guess I should open with this. There's a release date set. There you go.
Oh,
Yes,
awesome.
release date May 27th worldwide for every console it's on except the Wii U. The Wii U doesn't have a release date yet, but May 27th is the release date for Watch Dogs.
Yeah. It's the biggest shame about it is this seems like a game that would be totally awesome on the Wii U, but I know it won't be.
I don't know. I'd like to think that they can do something right with it, but
I would love to think that fucking that tablet would be brilliant for a game like this, but I don't know. Just the limited capacity of the Wii U is just going to sort of make it like you're playing on a fucking Game Boy Advance, really, as compared to the
speaking
PlayStation version and stuff.
speaking of limited resources on the Wii U and making it look like a Game Boy Advance, they've released a new gameplay trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And supposedly, this trailer was filmed on the PS4.
I
And
see.
this is another reason why a lot of people are kind of up in arms about this game right now. Have you seen the trailer?
I haven't. I didn't even know it was out.
Right, okay, so they've released like this whole gameplay trailer, and my god, this game looks like shit.
Really?
I don't know what they've done. I don't know what the fuck has happened. You watch the videos from E3 a few years ago, and this game looks absolutely beautiful. Granted, they were played on a PC. We all know
Yeah.
that. They were played on PC. Everyone knows that. But my god, I was watching this gameplay trailer earlier that's supposedly on the PS4, and it looks absolutely horrible.
Maybe they made a mistake and put it on the PS2 instead.
Honestly, if they were to come out and say that, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the graphics in this game, from this trailer, I'm not normally one to be a graphics whore, but holy shit, this is 2014 on next gen hardware, and this genuinely looks like a PS2 ripoff.
God.
I don't know what the hell they've done. I don't know what the hell they've managed to do, but it looks like shit. And I've heard a lot of people are canceling their pre-order, and a lot of people are complaining because, again, this is nothing like what we saw at E3. Like, it is nothing like the video that we saw from E3 last year.
So it's not even matching up to what you'd expect on the PS3 then?
Honestly, in my opinion, no.
You see, because if it was a matter of looking like a PS3 game and it just being a simple port to the PS4 with no real graphical updates or anything, then that's sort of understandable because I believe the the rumored reason why it was postponed was to get it on the next gen consoles and stuff.
Oh, I don't know, but
I think.
if you do get the chance, you have to watch this gameplay footage. But I'm just saying, like, this game genuinely like looks horrible. It really does look horrendous, and I don't understand how they've done it. I've heard some reasons that they're like, well, I mean this is just complete rumors, but I've heard people have said that like it looks like shit, but it's in 1080p and it's running at 30 frames. So people are like, well, I mean they kept their promise. It's in 1080p. It might look like something from the PS1, but it's 1080p graphic PS1. It's just kind of like, I'd settle for 720p if it looks better. I mean, this game genuinely just looks horrible.
You know what? That's fantastic. Oh, it looks like shit, but at least it'll fill my entire screen properly.
Exactly. I mean, that's what's the important thing. I mean, who cares if it looks like something that was on the Atari? It'll fit the screen. I don't know, but I I don't even know what to say about it. There were some bits where it looks all right, like it'll look good, but then I don't know, they really shouldn't have put that video out because the video just genuinely looks horrible.
Hmm. Was it an official release or like a leak?
I'm pretty sure it was an official release.
God, because you think maybe if it was a leak, it would be some like very early gameplay there and stuff.
I don't know. Apparently, it was like full on PS4 gameplay of Watch Dogs, and I gotta say, it looked like garbage. Which doesn't. I mean, the whole point of really playing on the next gen console is for it to look next gen,
Yeah.
and for any bonus features. I'm just saying, if there's no bonus features and it's gonna look like shit, I'll spend 20 quid and get the PS3 version and not like triple the price and get it on PS4. Like, what's the point? Why spend
Yeah.
like double the price to get it on PS4 when it's gonna look like a PS3 game?
Oh. But I don't know. I'm starting to get hesitant now, so I'm gonna have to watch this trailer and see what the crack is because I've really been looking forward to this game, and if it ends up being another Brink, I mean,
Oh, I'm the
God.
same way. I've been dying for this game. It was one of the main reasons I wanted to get the PS4 at launch. Is well, obviously before they delayed it. But I mean, I was really looking forward to playing Watch Dogs on the PS4. But now they've released this gameplay and it looks like garbage. It's like, well, I might as well, if I can buy it on PS4 for like 50 quid or buy it on PS2 for 25. What am I gonna PS3 for 25? Which one am I gonna do? Like,
Oh.
if it doesn't look any different, then, why the fuck would I spend the extra 25 quid for a shitty looking game?
And it'd be great if I had the option to play it in PC if that's what it looked best on, but I don't.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of the same way. I mean, my system is alright, but, I mean, I would probably definitely need to upgrade to be able to play these newer games, which is part of the reason I haven't bothered with Titanfall is because, again, my system isn't the greatest to be able to play these games.
Mine can just about scrape through Left 4 Dead 2.
You're better than my old system anyway. My old system's horrible.
Your Mac?
No, my old system before I get the graphic card update, the card I had before was absolutely horrible, but now it's actually got something that can do stuff
Well, to
on
be fair,
it.
when you first bought that PC, you got it for like 300 quid, so
Exactly, and then I got the new card, GTX 560 for 80 quid. So I've got a good enough, decent enough system and it's only cost me like 480 quid, so I'm not really complaining.
eh, fuck it. YOLO.
Exactly, fuck it and YOLO and such. But I mean, it's kind of disappointing. You'll have to go watch a video for yourself, and I'm hoping that maybe something has like fucked up in the video. But I'm just saying, like, that video looked horrible. Like, do you remember the E3 video where there was like all the dynamic lighting? You were being chased through the dark, and you could see like the helicopter lighting up and all the thunder and stuff.
Yeah, shit like fucking cash.
It
I
did.
couldn't wait for it.
This video looked fucking horrible. Like, when there was a lightning bolt, like, the entire screen just turned white pretty much. Like, there was no dynamic lighting whatsoever. You were jumping a bridge, and when there was like a lightning strike, the entire thing just turned white. As
Fuck,
if like,
that's PS1 crack.
oh my god, it was absolutely horrible. And honestly, I'm iffy about like pre-ordering that, because before it was like, I definitely need to get this, but I mean, if the graphics are going to be that crap, and I mean, if that's the case, then what else is going to be wrong with this game? If it's going to go from looking absolutely beastly to looking horrible, and I know people are going to say like, well, obviously PC is going to look better than a console, because you see, it's the PC master race, herba. But I mean, like, there's like looking slightly better, and there's looking like shit. And this looks like shit.
Oh fuck. Well, you gotta imagine when those first E3 trailers came out. That was what, like a year and a half ago.
Uh, Probably, yeah. Actually,
Now,
probably just under a year ago.
you know what? Actually, my point is just goes out of the window because I was about to say, you, um, you think they'd be playing on a standard PC, but then I realized no, they wouldn't. They'd be playing on the best thing they could possibly put it on, so it looks as brilliant as perfect.
Oh yeah, and that's what they did. But I mean, like I'm normally a console guy, and then I've dabbed a bit in PC stuff. I've had the chance to play like a good enough PC, gaming PC that I've been able to like see stuff in 1080p on high, and like don't get me wrong, shit looks beautiful, but it's not one of those things that like PC is like holy shit, and then like the console is like a Game Boy Advance version,
Yeah.
and this is what this feels like. Like I don't know what's up with this video, but I mean I'm worried. I really am worried.
I am worried too.
And I'm just saying you have to go watch it. And everyone else go watch it because, don't watch that E3 video and think like, oh my god, it's gonna look beautiful, because I mean this video has raised a lot of doubts, not just for me, but for pretty much everyone that's seen it has been like, what the hell? How? What?
I don't know. I'll keep my fingers crossed just in case. Just in case it's just a big swerve and they're trolling us.
Jesus, I hope so, because I mean, if Watch Dog ends up sucking, then what does that leave me with? It leaves me with Infamous, Metal Gear, and then in September I get NHL.
Yeah, but do remember how psyched you are for Infamous.
Honestly, they've kind of thrown me a curveball as well.
Really?
But, so I was saying earlier about, if you're going to cancel your pre-order, give them a reason to, right?
Yeah.
So they've decided that with Infamous, Second Son, when you pre-order the special edition or the legendary edition, or I think the collector's edition, which, are like 60, 70 quid each, there's a DLC mission. Or like, there's a bit of DLC, and what the DLC is supposed to tie the games between the ending of Infamous 2 and the beginning of Infamous Second Son.
Yeah.
That's not available with the standard edition. And they're not releasing it later on.
Well, that's a bit dicky.
Unless you're American, if you're American and you pre-order the game, it just comes with it, because if they've pretty much pulled an EA where it's like, your pre-order is your limited edition, which comes with the DLC. So they did that, but people in Europe don't get that. So I'm a bit pissed off at the fact that I love Infamous, but if money's tight at the minute, I have to miss out on some of the story because I can't afford to spend 60 fucking quid on a game because it comes with a fucking hat. Like,
is it a nice hat?
It's a beanie. It's the beanie the guy wears in the game. So you have to spend 60 quid, 15 quid more than what I've paid for the standard edition. So for 15 quid, you get a fucking hat that I'm not going to wear, and a DLC mission. How long's a DLC mission? I don't know. It could be 10 minutes, it could be 2 hours, but that's a slap in the face. Like, you could only get this mission that's supposed to tie the two stories together if you get a collector's edition, which is about 60, 70 quid, or you don't get it at all. Because they're not releasing it later on. And they haven't released Game of the Year editions of the last two Infamous, so I can only assume they're not going to do it for this one. Which, that really is a fucking slap in the face, because I love Infamous, and the fact that I'm going to miss out on, something I'm assuming is going to be sort of, like, really story-related to tie the two together, and I have to miss out on that because I don't have 60 quid to blow, like, that annoys the fuck out of me.
Even if it was just the orders, all the pre-orders, and if you don't pre-order, you don't get that mission, that would be sort of understandable, because you would assume the people that are real big fans of the game are going to pre-order it.
Exactly. Like, if that were the case, I wouldn't have been as pissed off. But the fact that, like, the Americans get it just for pre-ordering, but people in Europe the people in Europe have to spend 60, 70 quid to get it, like, that, to me, is complete and utter horseshit. And the fact that they're not going to make it available after this, I mean, that pisses me off. I've heard some people have said, just buy the standard edition and then go watch a Let's Play on YouTube. Which I'm half tempted to do, because, I mean, if they're gonna do that kind of shit where they're gonna make something like that important, like pre-order DLC for the collector's edition, then like fuck you. Why would I give you 30 extra quid to
Yeah.
fuck me over? Like, why would I do that?
Oh.
But with that being said, I love Infamous, so I'll probably buy it anyway.
Oh God. So yeah, that's a tangent, which means obviously we have to move on.
Yeah.
So some Last of Us news. Do you want to take this?
Yeah, why not? Okay, so there's gonna be a Last of Us movie. This has been confirmed now. It's gonna be by the same studio behind Resident Evil movies, which, but
Yeah.
it will be penned by the Last of Us creative director, the game director, and two of the Naughty Dog presidents are going to be in charge of writing this movie.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Unless, of course, they give it to Uwe Ball or something.
See, I don't. Right. Okay. If it's gonna be like penned by the guys who worked on The Last of Us, that gives me some hope. But the thing that worries me, the thing that really, really worries me, is the Resident Evil bit.
Yep.
Those Resident Evil movies were fucking garbage
Worse than.
and had literally jack shit to do with the game. So, like, what is it? Like, if they do the same treatment, it's gonna be like The Last of Us, but it's gonna be like, My Little Pony.
Yeah.
I mean, those Resident Evil movies had literally jack shit to do with the games, other than the fact that they name dropped occasionally. But
You see, this all depends on how much control the 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 creative director and the game director and the Naughty Dog presidents have on it themselves. It sort of depends on whether they've licensed the rights to make a movie, or they've completely sold the rights to make the movie, or what they've done. Because if in the deal, because Naughty Dog are writing it themselves, if in the deal it's just that they get a first script, then that could be completely thrown out the window with a fucking rewrite by 20 writers who don't know anything about the game or anything about the story behind it or anything like that, and they're just going off that one script. Who think
they should just
this
put
is
brackets after the script and just be like, by the way, don't make this like fucking Resident Evil.
You know what? If they turned the entire thing into a Resident Evil joke.
Oh my god, in all honesty, the Resident Evil movies themselves are a fucking joke. They don't need any help. Like, I loved Resident Evil, but those movies were, oh my god, they were garbage. So that bit worries me, but I mean, the fact that they've got the actual people who worked on The Last of Us writing it could give it hope. But I mean, I'm not a fan of video game movies anyway. I mean, that seems to be a new trend. Well, that, like, they have to make a movie out of fucking everything now.
Well, there's no original ideas left.
Yeah, but
You can't make a movie about something new.
yeah, but I just don't get it. Like, this seems to be such a thing now where they've got to make a movie out of fucking every single game possible.
Well, they're running out of comics to make movies about, so they need to move on to video games.
Oh my god, I don't know. It's just, when was the last time you watched a good game movie?
Does The Wizard count?
I don't even know.
I don't even think that counts. I don't think I can name one
No,
at all.
no,
No.
I couldn't tell you a single video game movie I like. So I don't know why this is such a trend of we've got to make gaming movies, because most of the time the movies fucking suck.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like they're all trying to make movies out of these games to try and like buck the trend and be like, oh, we'll be the first one to make a gaming movie, not suck dick. It's like, well, many have tried, many have failed.
And do you know when the movie comes out? Are they going to make a game of the movie?
Oh my god, and a book, and then and then a game and a movie of the book of the game and the movie,
Like Spider-Man the movie, the game,
the book.
the comic.
Oh my god.
I think what it is because of the technology we have now when we're making games, we get some really in-depth stories, and there's a lot less left to the imagination, which makes it a lot easier to translate that onto the screen, I'd say. But I honestly can't think of a good version. Actually, the one thing I can think of, the one good video game movie I can think of is, and I'm not even sure totally count, Forward Onto Dawn, which came out before Halo 4, I think, and it was sort of a build up to that. It was really good, but seemed very seemed very low budget and sci-fi channel-y to me. But I still really enjoyed it, and it was quite a fun story and stuff.
The thing is, as well, is that Naughty Dog, the way they've been making games is that they get the voice actors to pretty much act out the characters completely. Like Nolan North will put on his little, what's that the suit called, the mocap suit.
Mocap.
He put on the mocap suit. He does all the voice acting while he's doing the mocap. So the thing is that when you hear Nathan Drake, when you hear all these characters, like they've got the voice with them, but just because they're good at doing the voice acting, just because they're good at doing the mocap, doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be good actors. Now, I'm not saying that these are going to be the same dudes that are acting their role, but when you're going to have, like, that kind of character, like a Joel, like an Ellie, like a Nathan Drake, I'm just saying Nathan Drake because it's the same company, then, like, those are going to be really memorable characters. So, either you're gonna have an actor who can't necessarily match the voice, which is what you're gonna be used to, or you're gonna have a voice actor trying to act something out, and it might not work out.
Yeah, I think what this is going to come down to is the studio's passion to actually make something true to the game. If they want to make something as memorable and great as Last of Us is, they need to find the right actors for the part, like right down to picking an actor who's actually played the fucking game. That would be fantastic. I would say James Franco, but I think he's a bit too young for the role. Because he's played Stone with Seth Rogen on a sofa. But yeah, they gotta find the right actors for the roles, and provided they don't fuck around with whatever script Naughty Dog gave them, it could end up being good.
I don't know.
That if they get the right actors and they don't fuck around with the script, it'll just come down to not giving the movie to Uwe Ball.
I don't know. I'm fine with games staying games. I really don't need to see a movie made out of every single game. I really don't. Especially something like The Last of Us, where it's like, it's such a story-driven game where it's like, I'm fine with it being a game. I don't need it to be a movie to enjoy it. I really don't need it to be a movie to enjoy this.
Yeah. But we'll see. It'll be a long time before it comes out, so.
I'm assuming so. I mean, they've been talking about a Mass Effect movie for, like, how long now? And a Halo movie? Where have they gone?
I remember hearing news about the Halo movies a while ago.
They were talking about a Halo movie, like, around the time Halo 2 came out.
Yeah, what was it? The guy that directed Hobbit, Peter Jackson wanted to do one, and whatever he wanted to do, they wouldn't let him do it or something, and then the license ran out, and then he ended up doing Halo Wars for them or something. Yeah, he was involved with that. That's a bit of a strange one.
I don't know. I don't follow. I don't really care about when it comes to like gaming movies. I just threw it on here because again it's really slow news, and I got really scared because you said the studio behind Resident Evil movies, and I just thought, oh shit, well that's a red flag right there.
You know what? If they can get Peter Jackson to make this movie, it'd be fucking awesome.
It could be,
but they won't. They can't afford that. They made Resident Evil. They've got about 12 quid.
Oh god. Judging by how bad the movies are, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, those movies were just so bad.
I love bad movies, and I don't even like them movies.
I just don't get, why was it called Resident Evil? It had literally nothing to fucking do with the game whatsoever. Like, the first movie is supposed to be based on Resident Evil 1. Now, I've played Resident Evil 1. I've beat Resident Evil 1. I saw no fucking ties between the two whatsoever, other than the fact that they were in a mansion for about 30 seconds. That was it. And then it all went tits up because they ended up in some secret fucking lab. There was no lab.
But it did have a kick-ass soundtrack by Slipknot.
I don't even remember. Oh my god, it was.
Well, they did.
It was that long ago that I watched it.
Oh. But yeah, this is probably going to be. I don't know. I'll hold out hope because of Naughty Dog writing the script. As long as they're actually writing the script and not just writing what happens.
And then Resident Evil guys will look at it and be like, "Nope, unicorns."
No. Okay, that'll happen 5 minutes in, and then we'll just make the rest.
That's probably what happened. They saw the script of like Resident Evil 1, and they read like the first 30 seconds of it and be like, "Well, we'll wing it from here. I know where it's going from here. I know what's going on.
I know video games. I know what happens.
I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna go into a mansion, and then yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And it's gonna be like The Last of Us. It's like, okay, so there's a guy called Joel and his daughter, and then there's a girl called Ellie. I know what's gonna happen here. Joel is a pedophile. Clearly, it's like, what? What the hell is this?
Oh, talking about this sort of thing. Did you watch that Mortal Kombat miniseries?
No.
I remember just when the trailer for it first launched. Me and a mate were sitting around, and we just saw this come up on Screw Attack, that there was a Mortal Kombat trailer that no one really knows anything about come up, and it was this really awesome cinematic thing, and the guy who directed it had nothing to do with was it NetherRealms at the time? Yeah, NetherRealms, and nothing to do with Mortal Kombat at all. He just decided to make this trailer and see if they would employ him to do something. And I got so psyched about that trailer. I fucking loved it, and then I never actually watched the series.
I think I might have actually. I don't think I watched it, but I think I heard a whole lot about it. It was a fan made trailer, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And the trailer was actually better than it actually ended up being, or something like that. I remember hearing. I don't know if it was Mortal Kombat, but I remember hearing this like a fan made a trailer for something, and it ended up being like 10 times better than the actual game was.
Oh, fucking hell. And again, while talking about video game movies, fucking Minecraft is possibly getting a movie.
Is it an actual Minecraft movie, or is it a movie on Minecraft?
No, see, that's the thing. There was a Kickstarter for a fan-made project. I think they were trying to raise. It was either $250,000 or $500,000 or something like that, and Notch just sort of stopped it in its tracks and said, "Okay, if there's going to be a Minecraft movie made by the fans, it's not going to be a project in this big of a scale without our permission."
Yeah.
And then news came out a few weeks later or a few days later that they were in talks with the studio about making a movie. I have no idea what the fuck that would be. I don't know if I'd ever want to see a Minecraft movie, but at this point, what else are they going to franchise out of it? I mean, they've got fucking creeper dolls and cardboard cutouts and shit.
And
so
mushrooms.
So,
I don't. It could be. It depends. What is it? Is it a movie? Like in Minecraft, or is it a movie on Minecraft? Like, is it a movie based on the development of Minecraft, the release, and the cult following it got? That might be interesting.
That would be interesting.
If it's a movie where it's like, first person, like, Steve. It's just like, 4 hours of him building a hut. It's just like, what?
You may as well watch Achievement Hunter play Minecraft.
Or, one of the other, like, I don't know, there's a few ones who do Minecraft, I've heard. Only a handful.
Yeah,
there's only a handful of people who do Let's Plays of Minecraft.
There's only about 2 or 3 guys out there,
Yeah, there's not that much. It's a super rare thing to come across someone doing a Minecraft video.
Yeah, I certainly haven't seen one.
No, never. I certainly haven't made one. For Minecraft, it really depends what the movie it is. If it's gonna be, like I said, like, about Notch creating it, how it's evolved over its time, like that could be interesting. But if it actually is like the Adventures of Steve, I don't really think I would care.
Um, I, the fan made one, I believe, was entitled "The Evolution of Man." Um, so I don't know what that would have been. It's something in my head seems like it would have been a fucking creationist propaganda thing, but uh, so I one would assume that that would have been a sort of cinematic in the world of Minecraft thing. And so for them to shoot that down and then all of a sudden be in talks about making a movie themselves would sort of make me think that it's going to be the same sort of thing.
Oh my god, I don't get it. Why would that be needed? Like, how many Let's Plays, how many people make their own, like, machinimas in Minecraft? Like, do you really need the official Minecraft machinima? Like, I don't know.
See, the one thing about it being a documentary about the making of Minecraft, everyone who plays Minecraft has probably been there since the start. I mean, well, I wouldn't say that actually, no. But quite a few people have been there since it was in fucking alpha, playing it in browser, just making a hut before fucking anything else.
Did you think
Like,
so, though?
I don't know. I mean, at least in my experience, I've known about it since it was first, well, not first in alpha, of course, but, you know, very early days.
Yeah, I mean, I bought it in very, very early alpha. For people like us, maybe we would have known about it, but I mean, I'd still think it'd be interesting just as a documentary. I'd still watch it, but I think it's definitely, I think there are definitely a lot of people that have come in after the fact. With the release of the Xbox One version, a lot of people who haven't played Minecraft before and would have come in with the Xbox or, now with the PlayStation version or with, the fully released Minecraft version. I think the number of people who have come in late to the party is a lot bigger than we'd think.
Maybe. You might be right, but,
And especially the Xbox One. I mean, how many people do you think have actually, like, gone and played and bought the game because of Achievement Hunter?
Fuck, actually, yeah, you're probably right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing I'd be going off. I think that there would be a lot of new people who've been into it.
Well, I feel silly now.
It's alright.
Yeah.
And I think we've name dropped Achievement Hunter, 3 times so far?
Yeah. Maybe they'll employ us.
Fucking don't get my hopes up.
That'd be excellent.
Right. Well, I think that's all for the movie stuff. You can handle this next one because I don't know anything about it, Mr. Wub Wub.
Okay, in my last minute scramble to find some fucking news that we could talk about, I came across an article that I'm going to consider video game related.
Well, I mean, if Fallout Bird was related, I guess, yeah.
Well, at least this is a little less fucking blatant than Fallout Bird. So I'm sure everyone who's listening to this now has heard of Skrillex.
Sonny Moore from First to Last, what?
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 Emo Kid?
Emo? No. So Skrillex is. I actually think this is his first full length album. I think he's only had EPs released so far.
Well, Scary Monster's not in full length.
No, that was an EP with like 6 different remixes of it. I've got fucking 15 versions of Scary Monsters on my iTunes. But,
do any DJs release full albums?
Deadmau5.
Alright, there you go. Okay, they made me look silly.
Just a bit.
And I like Deadmau5.
And Nero. Nero, awesome. Anyway, so the first way to hear Skrillex's new album is to play it through a free mobile game called Alien Ride. It's not going to be released for I think another month or 2, and this is how he's streaming it and how he wants people to hear it first, I guess. Essentially, it's sort of an Asteroids rip-off clone sort of thing. Actually, yeah, it's sort of an Asteroids clone. You might even, oh fucking hell, my internet's broke. God, Yeah, it seems like a very simple, straightforward game. You're a spaceship going through space, destroying things. Um, from the reviews I've heard of it, it's a decent game, nothing special, but something interesting. It's a new way for a new way to sort of, oh look, here's something new. Try it this way.
Yeah. I mean, I've
Uh,
never really heard of anything like this happening, as far as
no,
I've heard of it.
the only thing I can really draw a comparison to is, and I don't even know if this game ever fucking happened or whatever, but I remember a while ago, I think Nero were working on a game with someone, and the point of the game, well, one of the major selling points of the game was that the music was dynamic as you went along, and the way you played the game altered the way the soundtrack to the game came through. Like if you were going in all guns blazing, this, the the soundtrack would start coming in with all heavy drums and start getting a lot louder and a lot faster. Or if you were being more stealthy, it would be a lot slower and ambient and stuff. But I think I can't even remember the name of it now. So it must have been too good, or it got lost in the shuffle, or never actually came out. Because all I can remember is an E3 sample or something like that, and someone making a big deal about it online about it. Oh, this is going to be brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, I like. Is it a rhythm game or is it literally just asteroids with dubstep in the background?
Uh, Pretty much just literally asteroids with dubstep, I think.
All right. I mean, I kind of like that. Just a kind of a casual game with your music in the background. I mean, if it's dynamic, that's pretty cool. Because one of my favorite games to just play and chill out is Audio Surf.
Yeah, I love audio surf.
I love just chilling out to that game. So I mean, if it's anything like that, which it's or like Beat Hazard, it's kind of the same way. If you got like really up tempoed music, then you get a lot of shit flying at you. But if it's kind of laid back, you don't get a lot. If it's
Yeah.
anything kind of like that, I mean, that could really be cool. But again, it's only a mobile game, so I'm not expecting too much from it. But I mean, it's a cool way to go about it. It's really I haven't really heard of many, you know, times that this has happened.
Yeah. You know what? I think it's actually dubstep itself that lends itself to being released in this sort of way. I mean, you couldn't see a fucking AC/DC album coming out on a video game first,
I'd
or
be so alright with that.
just because you don't like DC.
No, I don't.
Um, yeah. I mean, when it comes to dubstep, it's all about sort of being overly computerized and stuff. So it sort of lends itself to being to this sort of experience where you're playing a video game. Yeah, things and such and stuff.
Have you
I
played Payday?
Payday, played the heist. I haven't played Payday 2 yet.
I mean, that's one of those things where the soundtrack to that caught me so off guard the first time I saw it.
Yeah,
Like, I nearly pissed myself laughing the first time I heard it. You just saying there like, alright, we're gonna be stealthy, and you just go in, it's like, shit goes down, just like, boom, 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 boom. It's like, what? I thought that was really funny. Electronic music really does work in video games, no matter how silly it seems at times. I mean, to the point that, the soundtrack for Payday the Heist is actually really good. I love it.
yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
But it's so funny the way it works out there. You just heisting a bank and then all of a sudden you just get like this really loud electronic music playing. It's like, what the hell? It really works though.
Yeah, um, I, yeah. I
Yeah.
believe I had a point at one point, but it's possibly gone, or
I
I
had
may
a
have
point
got
at
it.
one point.
I had a point at several points.
So many points.
All the points.
All the points, but they're all gone missing.
That sounds like a song title.
It probably is a song title.
Probably a Fall Out Boy song title.
Could be
Yeah.
on a new album. Might be
At
on
least-
Fallout Bird.
At least this isn't as fucking blatant as Fallout Bird. This is sort of under the radar. You wouldn't know it if you were just surfing the Play Store or the App Store. So you wouldn't know, oh my god, look, a Skrillex game. You'd be, oh, what's Alien Ride? I'll check that out. Oh my god, that music's pretty cool. I wonder who. Oh, look, it's Skrillex.
But what if they made Wub Wub Bird, and you
I
could
would,
flap around as your favorite dubstep artist? You could have a mouse head as well.
James, get out of my life.
I'm just saying, the possibilities are endless.
Yeah. You know what really annoys me about this though?
What?
I've got a Windows phone. I can't play it.
Ragecore.
Yeah. Oh, a Ragecore game. That would be awesome.
But you could wait like 2 days after the game goes up and then just, stream it on
Yeah, I
YouTube.
suppose.
Not that we condone that, but
No, of course not.
But you
Copyright laws.
you could so do that.
Just a bit.
Is that all for Skrillex? Skrillex.
I suppose. Unless you want to bust in some wub wub somehow.
Wob 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 wob. Okay. Skrillex. Next, next up. Oh my god. Next up is a news story I literally found about 5 minutes before we started to record this. What was it, episode 1 we were talking about Hearthstone?
It was.
I think it was, yeah. It's officially launched. It's out of beta. Yeah, I've been playing a bit of it. I'm shit at it. I've been playing a bit of it. I kind of enjoy it though. It's really cool the way they've gone about it. It's a nice, like, little simplistic, card game. It's really fun.
I still have no idea about this game.
You were asked, what was it? You were asking if it was like, the Metal Gear card game or if it was like a normal card game. It is a normal card game.
Huh, cool.
It's really fun. I mean, if you've played anything like Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh or anything, it's similar to that, but I find it's a lot more simplistic. Like, if shit's not gonna work, it doesn't let you do it. And, it's really straightforward. There's not a lot of rules to the game. It's pretty much, you take your turns, you get your little mana blocks, and then every turn you get an additional mana block, which caps out at 10. And then your certain cards or your spells will take mana points, and then you can only use, obviously, whatever mana you've got to summon these cards. And then, it's a really fun, it's really simplistic, but really fun.
So you actually can't pull out a move if it's not going to do you any good?
I mean, you can for the most part. I mean, there's been plenty of times where, I've had, like, the other guy wide open to pretty much, attack his life points, pretty much. And I know I've accidentally clicked end turn, and, obviously, they punish you if you fuck up.
Yeah.
But it's not one of those things where it's like, I want to use a health potion on my graveyard. It's like, well, that's not going to work. It's like, it's pretty much, if you have mana for something, the cards glow to be like, hey, you can use this. And then, if you can attack with a card that's in your playing field, it'll glow as well. And then, obviously, if you can't use it, it goes off. I mean, it's pretty... And then, the, little, what are they called? The little descriptions for the cards of, like, their special attacks or anything like that. Like, they're really simplistic. It's not, like, overly complex. It's normally, like, this is a charge card. You can attack right away. This gets +5 if attacked. It's not anything too complex. And the health and attack, the attack and defense numbers are pretty simplistic as well. And if you have an attack of 5 and a defense of 2, and then you attack something that's got an attack of 3, then you'll die, but you'll kill the other one in theory. The thing is that what I think is different, I haven't really seen much of it because I don't play a lot of card games, is that your defense number goes down and stays down.
Yeah.
Like, if you have a defense of, 4, and something attacks you with an attack of 3, you'll have a defense of 1 until your card is killed.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, it's really simplistic, and it's now officially out of beta. It's free to play, completely free to play. They're making their money off of selling the packs by the looks of it. Which, I don't mind. I mean, if you play a normal card game, you're buying booster packs, and this is pretty much a card game, but, digital, so, it's pretty much the same shit. They give you quests as well, which I haven't really done. I haven't played online yet, because I'm still, like I said, I'm crap at the game. I'm trying to get better at it before I go online with it. But, I mean, so far, it's a really fun game so far. Especially for free.
Cool. So, now No, fuck it, that's gone. Never mind. I don't think I had enough coffee today. I can't remember a fucking thing.
Nice.
Yeah, I had a point there while you were talking, and now it's gone.
Um,
Oh,
you should give it a go though, because I know you've played a few card games. So
yeah. Oh fuck, you remember when I bought the magic cards?
yeah, and that completely blew up in your face when you found that they
Yeah,
didn't give you anything you needed.
yeah. While at QCon last year, um, I was thinking, you know what? I want to start playing a card game. I think I'll give Magic a go. Bought a deck. Bought a. I didn't want to buy a starter pack because I didn't want to start out with. I essentially didn't want to have some everything that everyone else has. So I thought, okay, this guy's selling randomized decks of 100 cards. I'll get that, and then I can put together a deck out of that. That was a very bad idea.
It was a very bad idea because it doesn't give you the land cards that you need to do stuff.
Yeah, it was 100 monsters. That's what I got.
Yeah, pretty much. Like the first episode of Yu-Gi-Oh, where Joey can't do anything because he's got all attack monsters.
Yeah,
It doesn't
so
work, man.
and since then I haven't gone back and gotten any booster packs or anything so that I can make my 100 cards usable. I've just got 100 cards sitting about.
And then I love though that when you realize this mistake, you didn't go out and buy a Magic the Gathering starter deck to make up for it. You bought a Yu-Gi-Oh deck.
Well, Yu-Gi-Oh seems simpler at the time.
I like Yu-Gi-Oh. I don't mind playing Yu-Gi-Oh, but I mean, it is quite simple Yu-Gi-Oh. But I mean, Hearthstone's way simpler than Yu-Gi-Oh. I gotta say, like Hearthstone's probably like the most simplistic card game, and they don't take that long either. I mean, games for me, granted, I'm only playing against bots because I'm trying to like level up. Because as you level up, you unlock cards for certain heroes.
Yeah.
So I've just been doing that to unlock cards and unlock heroes. So I mean, they do punish you for fucking up. They really do. It can't be a thing that bites you in the ass. But I mean, if you do get a good few, it's the luck of the draw. If you get a few good pulls, you can win a game in about like 2 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, I remember my point now. I remember my point. I was thinking that it would be sort of cool for a game like this to have an overworld where you sort of go around finding people to have battles with and stuff. Like you could translate that to online or an offline story mode or something. But then I realized that that's essentially Yu-Gi-Oh.
What they do, I know, I'm pretty sure you can challenge your friends on your like your BattleNet friends, so you can challenge them on that anytime, I believe. They've also got the arena, which because I haven't played online, I can't really talk much about the arena. But again, I don't really know what the arena is, but that seems to be some online like tournament type thing. I could be wrong about that. And then they've got their play option, which is pretty much you get matched against someone of similar skill level, and you play with them.
Oh, another idea if they had an overworld. You could have a map that's a convention, and you go around finding people to battle at a convention.
Yeah.
That would be fantastic.
I
Can you
mean,
imagine?
my BattleNet friends list is pretty empty right now, so I've got no one blah, 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 play with.
Did you explode?
I did play with.
Don't.
I've got no one to play with.
Okay, well, don't do it again because you just sort of shouted into my ears there. It's the second time you've done that tonight, James.
Like that was your fault. I never even yelled. That was completely your fault.
Yeah, right. My fault. Fight
So
you.
that's pretty much all the news we've got.
Yeah, we're fucked now.
Like I said, there's literally nothing else. So unless you've got a topic or something to bring up, I'm pretty sure we're done.
No.
Okay, I've got something,
Oh, yay. Thank God.
and this could easily be the thing that springs us to like a 4 hour long podcast. Do you watch a lot of Let's Plays or any type of gaming YouTube videos?
Quite a few, yeah. I watch more reviews than watch Let's Plays.
Right. Okay. A few. This is really old news, but I just thought I'd discuss this. A few months ago, around December, I believe, YouTube basically cracked down completely on gaming videos. They seem to have introduced a new system, and a lot of YouTubers got pretty much flagged for everything. And a lot of the YouTubers that got flagged would be doing their gaming stuff like full time, or at least part time. What the system did is that it flagged them or gave them a third-party strike, which means they can no longer make money, or if they got enough strikes, most of the time the channels could be potentially shut down. What protected them from this before would be companies like Machinima would pretty much have a blanket agreement to help them with this. New YouTube basically said fuck that, and now developers seem to be able to, crack the whip whenever they feel like, and, really crack down on videos. Which kind of bit me in the ass, because at the time I started I started Let's Plays, I think last, May? June? I think I
Yeah,
started.
about that.
And then, I just kept going, started to pick up a bit of momentum with my channel as well, and then, YouTube started this, and, at the time I completely got deflated from the entire thing, because I'm just like, right, fuck this, if I can't even do this as a hobby without getting harassed, then what's the fucking point? So I basically called it quits, but I feel like jumping back into it. So, basically, it's really a discussion on what do you think on, YouTube and the gaming scene, because I would have thought, in YouTube, I gotta assume the gaming scene's probably gotta be the biggest.
Yeah, I would say definitely among the biggest, just after music, I'd say.
That's a good point. It would have to be between gaming and music, I gotta say. And fuck me, like, what was it? The most subscribed person on YouTube for a while was PewDiePie.
Yep.
And he's a gamer.
Yeah.
So there's obviously a market for this. But what seems to have happened is obviously YouTube changed their system, and a lot of companies have been able to crack whenever they want to.
Mm. Well, the only way it sort of affected me at all, a good few of the guys I watch would be Pro Jared and John Tron, Peanut Butter Gamer, and guys like that. And what happened was whenever these things started coming in, at the time Pro Jared was doing a Nuzlocke challenge on X and Y, and I had sort of dropped out at the time from watching it for a while, and he put up a Facebook post saying that if all these restrictions keep happening, he's not going to be able to do it anymore, and he's going to have to find another way of making money out of his videos and such. And what essentially happened then was a few of them got together and relaunched. Originally, what it was there was a network called Normal Boots, which had John Tron and Peanut Butter Gamer and a few others. And what they decided to do was go off and make their own website and put their videos there first. I think also Did You Know Gaming is a part of it now, and Continue, and a few other guys. But all their videos go up there first, so that they can essentially make their money there, and then for the people that are willing to wait, sort of the fair weather fans that just sort of might stumble upon them, it goes up to YouTube about a month later and such, which is great. But because I like when things like this happen, I tend to support the small guys, the guys that are trying to just make a living out of what they love doing. So I tend to go to the website to give them that extra wee bit of advertising money and stuff off whatever banner ads or anything they have. Just because I'm not going to pay any attention to it, but every click gets point naught of a penny or whatever. And my one problem was the best way they were able to host their videos was with a player called JW Player, I believe. And when you live in, especially my area, but I think possibly Northern Ireland as a whole, really, because I've never been able to make it work, it just does not work. I guess all their servers are in America or something, but it's the most juddery, horrible experience ever, and it doesn't preload, so you can't hit play and fuck off for an hour and come back and watch the video. You can't download the video. It's really annoying. So I have to go to YouTube and I have to watch the videos that maybe they can't monetize because they've got a strike or something, and
Yeah.
it's I end up feeling guilty about it, but like the shit all I can do. And it's really horrible as well because it's not as if YouTube are oblivious to the amount of business they get through video games.
No.
I mean, even just from this year's YouTube Rewind, is a video they do every year where they get together a lot of the top YouTube channels and sort of do like a music video mashup sort of thing with them all performing and stuff. PewDiePie was like the sign off of that. It was him picking up something off the beach and just like a close up to his face. So they knew that one of their major draws was a guy playing video games.
Yeah.
And it's not as if they're oblivious to even actually one of the channels that sort of managed to not be affected by it too much, Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter, but that's because they already had their own website. They have sponsors through that, and they put all their attention sort of towards their own site and try and getting people to come over to that. But they had the guys from there on the video as well. Like they know, YouTube know how much of their business is coming from video games, but they don't do anything to help the little guy. They don't do anything to say to tell Nintendo to calm the fuck down. Essentially, it's advertising for your games, and they don't put any research into showing into what a lot of game companies think is that if people are watching Let's Plays, they're not buying the game.
Yeah,
I think
and that's bullshit. That's complete and utter bullshit. There's been times I've bought a game because of a Let's Play, because of a video. Like, I mean, let's kind of be straight here. It's not really YouTube who's blocking it. It's the companies themselves that are blocking it. YouTube can only put forward their system, which, does it work? Yes or no? I mean, that's really up to your judgment or your experience, but a lot of it does come down to whatever the company wants, because obviously a lot of the indie guys will say, it's free advertising, go ahead. You know, our only like plea is, if you can throw in a link for our game in the description, go mad. We don't care if you hate it, we don't care if you love it, but if you want to make a video, if you want to help, please at least just throw a link in there. And that, to me, like, that's fair. But you get some of these companies, like you said, Nintendo, who are just so, like, fuck you when it comes to, like, YouTube, which is, like, I don't get it. To me, it is pretty much free advertising, and if you're gonna sit there and say, like, YouTube is the reason we're not making money because people are, like, watching the videos and they're not buying the games, like, well, make a fucking good game then.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, don't punish the community because you can't fucking make shit. Now, that's not necessarily a dig at Nintendo. That's a dig at most companies that would try and pull that stunt.
Yeah.
But obviously, people do it for their own reasons. Naughty Dog say that they don't really want videos done because their games are story based, so they want you to have the experience. Whether you agree with that or not is up to you. But I don't know. It's just my main reason for not liking it is when people are just like, it's a bad thing. YouTube Let's Plays are horrible. Why should you make money off of someone else's work? In my mind, it's just like, well, that's like me saying, well, why should a band get any money and why should, like, Gibson not get the money? They made the guitar, so why not? I mean, to me, it's just like, you gave me something to work with. I made my own material. How is that any different than, Gibson claiming from every fucking person who writes a song on the Gibson guitar?
Yeah. I mean, for fuck's sake, you brought it up yourself. How many people bought Minecraft after Achievement Hunter started doing their Let's Plays?
Oh, probably a fuck ton. And I can't remember off the top of my head what games I bought, which is really not proving my point here. But, I mean, there have been plenty. Smite. I initially played Smite because there were some Let's Players I watched. And then I went off and bought the game because of it. Because I enjoyed it so much. Like, to me, that is such a stupid thing to, like, not want people to basically advertise your game. And the thing is that if people want to play it, they'll fuck off to Twitch and play it where they won't get harassed.
Yeah. I mean, even... You've got Twitch integration coming in with the consoles now. So, what the fuck do they want us to do? Do they want us just to play... Oh, you can watch me literally play it here and now. And that's it. We can't make a video. What the fuck did they want?
I have heard that if you stream from the consoles, with Twitch streaming, you do have your video on demand where you can record your streams. But I've heard with the consoles that's disabled.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's true or not because I've never tried it, but apparently that's disabled to prevent people from going off and making videos of their streams. But, I mean, it just seems to me that, like, there's a lot more to gain than there is to lose by letting people make videos.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck me, where would League of Legends be? Where would Minecraft be? Like, fuck Achievement Hunter. where would Minecraft be? Like, if it wasn't for everyone shitting themselves, like, 4 years ago, and making videos of it. Like, would it be that popular today if, like, millions of people didn't make videos of it? Fuck no. But, to me, it's just, when you do, like, stuff like Nintendo, and basically be like, fuck the community, you're not allowed to make videos, it's just like, that's just shooting yourself in the foot, because, and to me, it's, there's always been the complaint against, people who make games, and, they do their reviews, they do whatever on YouTube, and everyone always complains, get a real job, you shouldn't be able to make money off of other people's copyright. And to me, like, that is complete and utter horse shit. If you are good at entertaining, at the end of the day, that's what a Let's Player is. If someone's doing it for a job, they're an entertainer.
Yeah.
So, so you're telling me that me entertaining someone isn't as bad, is worse than me working in, like, fucking McDonald's? I'm doing more of a service at McDonald's than I am entertaining people.
It's like saying the commentators on a football match shouldn't be getting any money.
No, because they're not playing football.
But you gotta think, where does it stop? I mean, are companies going to start cranking down on machinima and stuff? I mean, is the next thing we're going to hear is red versus blue isn't going to be allowed to be made? I mean,
well, for Rooster Teeth as a whole, as far as I know, I believe I read somewhere that they have pretty much a blanket agreement with Microsoft.
Yeah, well, that's true. I was sort of just using that as an example. Like, they have a close relationship with them, and they're in fucking half the games now anyway.
Yeah, but so with Rooster Teeth, like I said, they pretty much have a blanket agreement. But even they've run into problems because of music.
Yeah,
they've made the comments in a few of their videos now where they're like, "Turn the music down. We can't have the music. Oh, we can't do that." I mean, that's understandable because I mean, me and you both know how fucking annoying musicians can get about copyright. But
that's sort of the tool they're using to crank down these videos. Instead of saying, like, they're using the licensing agreement for the music as a reason to pull videos down and to give people strikes, as opposed to actually being honest and saying that, okay, we don't want you doing this, because we know that's what's going on. They don't want the game being shown off for free. I mean, they come forward and say that, and then they say, oh, we have to take this down because that song isn't licensed for you to use it, it's only licensed for us to use it.
Well, that's probably walk into. I mean, regardless if you have an agreement or not, most of the time it is the music you will run into the problem with. But when it's people who are just like, you're not allowed to make videos whatsoever, like Nintendo, I mean, that's where it kind of, works out. And you were saying about, like, companies like Machinima getting fucked over. When this initially happened in December, Machinima were as out of the loop as anyone when it came to it, as far as I heard it, because they hadn't fucking clue. I follow a lot of people who are partnered with Machinima, and, like, no one seemed to have a fucking clue what was going on. I mean, they were just as confused as anyone, so that seems to be what happened, is that the blanket agreement and the protection you got from being in the network was kind of in void now with this new system they had worked. Apparently, though, they fixed it now, where, they've got, like, managed and affiliates, and if you're an affiliate, you don't get protected, but you get, which I don't really get the fucking point of that then. Why be partnered and then not get your protection? Why not just do it for YouTube?
Yeah.
But apparently being managed on the network is the equivalent of how it used to be. But you still have to be really careful about what you're recording, and pretty much it's become a thing now where it's like, if you do want to do Let's Plays, and I normally do this most of the time anyway, just because I want to avoid it, but if you're doing Let's Plays now, you pretty much, like, the first thing you need to do is turn the music off. Like, regardless if you're protected or not, you just need to turn it off.
Yeah. Although, I've been thinking about doing some Let's Plays just for the fun of it, really. And the only games I could think of that I wanted to do was I wanted to do the whole of the Mother series, Earthbound and all that. Well, it's all Mother 1, 2, and 3, but all we really got was Earthbound. I don't even know if it came out in Europe, but anyway. And it came to the realization, oh shit, that's a Nintendo game. That's going to get pulled There's no point in even trying.
Yeah.
I, I mean, maybe it's fair enough for a game that old where you can't say, "Oh, it's free advertising for the game," because it really isn't. Because the only way to get it is through the uh, Wii Arcade, and I'm not even sure if it's on the Wii U. So I don't know. I just this sort of thing just sort of rubs me the wrong way.
Yeah, I mean, as someone who started to do Let's Plays, I mean, at the end of the day, the people who are getting managed are fine for the most part. They have to make some adjustments to what they were doing, but other than that, they're fine.
Yeah,
At the end of the day, the only ones who are getting fucked are the little guys. You know, people who want to start doing Let's Plays, people who have been doing Let's Plays a little bit, but, you know, can't really do it full time. I mean, they're the ones who are getting fucked. The big channels are fine. I don't think PewDiePie is, like, crying himself to sleep every night.
that's it as well. I mean, it's not the guys that are making the money out of it that are getting screwed. It's the guys that are pretty much just doing it for fun and want to entertain some people.
Or the guys who would want to make a career out of it, because, I mean, obviously, like, what was it, the Joker in the Dark Knight movie said, if you can do anything good, you never do it for free.
Yeah.
And that's true. If you are good at something, don't you dare ever do it for free. If you are good at entertaining, if you are good at doing Let's Plays, why do it for free? If the option is there to get paid, obviously, everyone should be doing Let's Plays as a hobby first.
Yeah.
Like, you should never do a Let's Play for the sole intent of getting paid. If you can
Because
get
you're not
paid,
gonna.
yeah. If you can get paid from it, like, that's an added bonus. But obviously, everyone should be doing Let's Plays anyone who does Let's Play should be starting as a hobby. But if it turns out that you're really good at it and you can get paid, why not? The problem is that it just makes it harder for those kinds of people later on.
Mm-hmm. So, what is there anyone in particular that sort of got screwed over that was someone you would have watched?
I would have watched some for the sports gaming stuff. I would have watched like Sports Gaming Universe. He got fucked over quite a bit. His brother-in-law's band, he would have like obviously had the rights to the music,
Yeah.
and he got like a lot of his shit flagged because of
Yeah.
it. It was just like, he's my brother-in-law. I can use his music. He's told me, and they're just like, no, man. And then obviously, just a few other YouTubers I use. Like I watch The Creatures a lot, and they would do some Nintendo stuff, and obviously we know how that shit went.
Mm-hmm.
Some people doing like, you know, Final Fantasy or Kingdom Hearts, and apparently Kingdom Hearts, you know, Square Enix don't like you doing stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just, you really do, if you want to do Let's Plays now, you really have to be picky. But I've got to, like, you know, really praise some of the companies that have come out and basically said, fuck that, if you want to make a video, go.
Yeah.
Like, Ubisoft were, like, I think one of the first AAA ones who came out and said, if you have any problems, let us know, we'll sort it for you.
Mm-hmm.
We want you to make videos. And I think, I don't know, I wish companies would really take that, like, role where they would be like, you know, we know what you're doing is helping. We respect what you're doing. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Because to me, the argument that, you know, people doing Let's Plays don't deserve to make any money, that argument holds absolutely nothing for me.
Yeah. Do you know what's EA's approach to it?
Um,
Because normally they're money grabbing bastards.
See, that's the thing. EA seem to be really. I don't really know, because I don't really know a lot of, you know, smaller channels that would do EA stuff, because most of the trouble I've heard about EA was because of the music.
Yeah.
I hadn't really heard anything about the game, but I've heard Warner Brothers don't like it.
No, they wouldn't.
So you can't do Batman, you can't do Fear, you can't do any of that stuff. What's the other company I was thinking? Rockstar apparently kind of iffy, but apparently they've lightened up a bit about it.
Well, sort of. That's sort of the same thing as you see Naughty Dog. Their games being very story driven.
Yeah.
You can sort of see where they're coming from. They don't want too many spoilers out there and such. But
Yeah, and
it's
that's pretty much
still
what the
not
agreement for Rockstar is that Rockstar's agreement was pretty much, you know, from what I've gathered, you can do Let's Plays, but if you make videos strictly of cutscenes, or a spoiler, no.
Yeah.
You can't do that.
There's actually a guy I watched that I don't know whether to be surprised or not that he didn't get screwed over by this. Uh, it's John Green. He's part of the Vlog Brothers, and his brother's got a gaming channel called Hank Plays Games or something like that. And John on this channel plays FIFA, and he plays as now. He plays as Wembley. He calls him the Wembleys or something like that. Essentially, what happens is he plays through a match. He plays as Wembley for a season, and during each match, he talks about something that the fans ask him to talk about. And John himself is a writer, so he's quite insightful about a lot of things, and he essentially what a lot of people watch for is they watch for John's opinions and how he and literally the advice he gives, as opposed the gameplay comes secondary. But through this current season, he's actually sponsoring the team that he's playing now, because it's a fan owned club. There's no board of directors or anything like that. The fans own the club, and he thought this was such a great thing that he wanted to support them in any way he could. So all the money he makes from the videos goes straight to the club. Any merchandise that comes out of the videos goes straight to the club. I would assume that EA would not be liking that at all.
I don't know. I mean, like I said, the most I've heard about EA was the fact that, the music being left on the background. I heard a lot of issues for, but I mean, this kind of like all in the roundabout way just turns into like, gaming has such an impact on media, whether these companies like it or not, and to really see some of these companies just turn out to be real twats about this. I mean, it's not. I mean, like we said, YouTube has got to be in the top like 4 categories in YouTube, and that's being generous, saying top 4.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it just seems that it's obviously got a massive impact. So it just seems extremely bizarre to me to see companies basically just say no, we don't support it whatsoever. I mean, that just seems really, really weird to me.
Yeah.
But sadly, that's what we've ended up coming to. I mean, we're lucky enough that people seem to be finding a way around it, and we've got websites like Twitch. So if someone decides they've had enough, they can go to Twitch, which it's good for them because you can still monetize from Twitch anyway. So it's not like the guys you love, are completely out of a job or out of doing whatever they want to do. If YouTube fucks up, they have somewhere to go, which is nice to see. But it's just I can't say I support the fact of companies just taking such a dickish stance on the whole YouTube community as it is, especially considering I technically am one.
Yeah. It's a good thing we're not doing any Let's Plays in this.
No.
Yet.
But who knows? Who knows? Maybe we'll move on to something. I'm hoping to get back on that horse, like, within the next week, actually. I'm hoping to get back on.
Yeah. I might just go fuck it and play Mother anyway. Because why not?
I don't know. You might be able to give it a go.
Well, sure, I'll have to. I would turn the music off anyway, so...
Well, that's the thing. That's pretty much become a standard now. It's like the music just has to be turned off. So
I think it's just that the music is the easiest way to pull those videos out.
Yeah.
Because it's positive. It's whatever algorithms or whatever fucking search mechanism they're using to find the videos. It's got to be a lot easier to put an audio file in there and instead of a million fucking frames of the game.
Yeah. Another thing I've if anyone listening to this is doing Let's Plays or just anyone in general, the thing I've noticed is that people will get flagged for different stuff, and
yeah,
because on my channel I've done a few episodes of Kingdom Hearts and I did a Let's Play of Spec Ops: The Line. Throughout Spec Ops: The Line, the Rolling Stones are playing. That shit's gonna get copyrighted, but I haven't gotten flagged for that. And then for the intro of Kingdom Hearts, there's the intro song. I forget what it's called, and I haven't gotten flagged for that yet. But I've also heard people have gotten flagged for those things. But at the same time, I got flagged for the ending of Portal for Still Alive being there.
Oh,
So
really?
it just seems to, yes, I did. I had to go back and re-record that.
Really thought Valve would have been sort of cool with the whole thing.
Well, as far as I know, they are. But again, it's the problem you run into with music is that music can be really hit or miss. They're fine with you doing let's plays. It's just with music you're gonna have to go through the companies and everything.
Yeah, just what I would have assumed they would have owned the total rights to that.
I don't know. I never took the risk with it, but I mean, it just if you haven't gotten hit by something isn't right, just I would take it down or work around it because it will come back and bite you. I know that any second my videos could get flagged for having the music in, so I've come to the point that I'm gonna have to pretty much delete like a few of my playthroughs because I know it's gonna happen and I know it will happen, and I'd rather do it now instead of I take off, I end up like PewDiePie and then I get flagged for it.
Implying that you're going to be PewDiePie.
Oh, I'm not Swedish, so I'm not there yet.
Oh, actually, on PewDiePie, there's a great video from the Game Theorist. He's one of my favorite content makers. He's got a video about how PewDiePie ended up getting so many subscribers, and it's really cool and kind of interesting. He sort of breaks it down and it shows you how YouTube just promote videos because his account was registered he's from Sweden, is it?
Yeah. What the hell?
Yeah, there's not even worth explaining. Anyway, because his account is registered to Sweden, but he was making his videos in Italy.
I think so, yeah.
He was getting promoted in both countries at once, and then again to the whole of Europe, and then again it's all to do with servers and stuff, but because of his geographical positions and what he was registered to, meant that his promotion just sort of tripled what it should have been. And so right from whenever he started picking up a bit of steam, people started coming on, he was getting sort of triple promoted, and that just sort of helped him along. And it's a cool thing to look into if you're ever thinking of doing some YouTube stuff or whatever. Check out the Game Theorist and check out normalboots.com because those guys are awesome. Everyone that contributes, they're all really good.
Yeah, I mean, just by the sounds of it, both of us like completely support, just YouTube. I mean, gaming on YouTube completely. I mean, both of us are massive Achievement Hunter fans, as it is. So, I mean, we both completely support it, and we obviously we want to see it grow, not get killed off.
Yeah. You know what? In my eyes, I think YouTube sort of have to come a bit more. They need to sort of address the problems and sort of figure this whole thing out, because with the amount of the sort of market share of gaming in YouTube, if everyone were to have to start moving to different things, start using different distribution, it could really cripple their business. Like,
yeah, it could, but
they'll keep their big players and get their money from that, maybe.
Yeah, but it sounds like since I really started to follow the situation, it seems like at least for the networks, most of it's gotten sorted out. So that seems to be gone back to normal again. It seems to be just the little guys that were getting fucked lately. But there are companies out there that will let you do stuff. So it's not like you're completely stuck. It just means you have to be a lot more careful about what you're looking to do now.
Yeah, and
which is fine.
If you are a potential content creator, be careful if you ever get a chance to join a network or you're ever looking to join a network, and do your research on them.
Exactly.
Because a lot of them are just there to sort of screw you over.
Yeah.
There's ones you can just sign up to and just be like, yeah, I'm on this network now, and they won't do anything for you, and they'll just take a cut of whatever you make, which mightn't be that much to begin with, and such.
Just a general rule of thumb, yeah. Just make sure you read the contract.
Yeah.
Don't sign before you read. That's
Don't be
just
like,
a general rule of life.
don't be like, oh, these guys are going to help make me famous, and they've got about 50 million people on their books, and they're not going to do fuck all.
I mean, I've heard that I don't know if they still do, but I heard about like Machinima were pretty much signing people on to these horrible, horrible contracts.
Yeah.
It'd be like, I think it was either for life or it was a really long contract. It was either like north of 5 years or for life. I don't remember exactly, but I remember it was quite long, and the money you would have gone was ridiculous. But they were doing this to try and pick up new guys, because if you can pick someone up who was going to be the next PewDiePie, the next big content creator for gaming, and you can pick him up for dirt cheap for a good contract. It's pretty much the same thing as a sport. If you can get like the next Cristiano Ronaldo for like a fiver, you're gonna do it. But I mean, that's what I heard, and a lot of people just signed it because they're like, "Oh fuck Machinima," and they just signed it anyway.
Yeah. Oh no, fuck it. No, that's gone as well. Fucking hell, I'm useless tonight.
But that's pretty much it. So yeah, I mean, I'm hoping to get back onto it. You've said a few times you want to start doing this, so we'll see where that goes from there. But we 100% support gaming on YouTube, and we really want to see it grow. And kudos to all of the game developers out there that aren't complete dickheads about it.
Yeah, up those guys.
Yeah,
and
buy their shit. Fuck the rest of them.
Yeah, go buy people's t-shirts. I mean, t-shirts used to be the currency of the internet. That's how people made their money. Buy people's t-shirts. They'll be grand.
Yeah, buy their shirts.
Yeah. So, do you want to plug any websites that we should go to, or any particular content creators?
No, I'm not plugging them for free. What are you talking about? I don't know. Everyone,
You're gonna wish you hadn't said that someday.
I know. No, I mean, it just depends what people are into. I mean, obviously, it just depends what you're into. I can't really say much about that. I watch too many people that I can't really say to do that. It just depends what you're interested in. But I say, obviously, if you like gaming, obviously go watch Achievement Hunter, Rooster Teeth. If you want to see what kind of like the Let's Play, I know people are gonna hate me for saying this, but if you really want to see like what Let's Playing can be about, then go watch PewDiePie. Yeah. And I know I'm gonna get a lot of shit for that, but I mean, I like PewDiePie. I mean, I've got nothing against him. I enjoy watching his stuff, so I'm not someone who completely hates him. I like him. So, I mean, if you really want to see how, like, that more, like, standard Let's Play works, I think, go watch PewDiePie and just see how gaming, Let's Playing, and, YouTube can really come together with him, because I think it's good the way he does it.
Yeah, I'd say go check out, the more reviews than Let's Plays, but go check out JonTron, Peanut Butter Gamer, Pro Jared, all on normal boots. And if you want to stick to YouTube, Game Theorist, not even reviews, just sort of gaming culture altogether. And yeah, that's about it.
All right. Well, I think that's us
wrap
for this week.
Well, we managed to drag something out of it anyway.
We did, as compared to our 2 news stories.
Yeah.
God, I don't know if I can handle another week like this again, but there you go. That's all. That's our show for the week.
Yay.
And you've got a little outro written down here. Okay. So, remember to like us on Twitter like us on Twitter? Follow us on Twitter at InventoryCast. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to us if you want to see more and stay up to date. Remember to tune in next time when, oh god, oh dear, oh god, no, not like this, no. Bye.